Hairs are on the path, sometimes they're not. Sometimes there's an anomaly. Just like with people. All you got to do is obtain for yourself through time and research and training, and not a little bit of creativity and luck. Oh, hello. Hi, girls. The thing.
Wait.
Harmony with those cycles and the nature. Whoa. Can't fart in a direction without missing something. Jesus. Yeah. Harmony with nature. In that way, Les, Survivor Man, he sort of drove a wedge between harmony and at one with nature. He's like, I lived in the wilderness for a damn year. At no point did I feel at one with nature, and I took his point. We could split hairs on terminology if we wanted to, but I'm not that guy. I spent so long around people who would have loved to take Les out for saying that. What do you mean at one? Spirit and God is in everything. Oh God, okay. What do you mean, Les? They mean the same thing. They're the same word. Harmony. And the phrase at one. I'll fight you. I'll drink way too much and fight you on this. And then actually just fight you. I dreamt about walking that line last night. That's one thing about the podcast. We're going to talk about dreams. Because I like them. And since I'm me and you're not me, you can feel completely free to commentate or take whatever meaning you would like from the events, just like in a Tool song or just like in a lot of things. And I feel really comfortable if you disagree with what I take out of my dreams. I do dream journal. I dream every night, pretty much. I can't remember the last time I didn't dream during a night. Anyway, last night I didn't record this one, so maybe I'll use y'all good people in this here podcast to just sort a couple of the basics out, since I'm finding it difficult to conjure the images and the sense feelings while my body's giving me all the signals. Oh, my sciaticas are like this. Pretty good. Oh, my ankles are like this. The feet. Pretty good. Pretty good. Still, very nice. Pretty damn good. Okay. So with all that, oh yeah, a brief aside. I'm just gonna go out and come out and say it. Hi, little bushes. Hi, hedge. That's what that is, a hedge. I thought about calling this podcast Hedge Nightcast. That wasn't the aside. Shit, what was the aside? Oh yeah, days when I'm holding the cam in the right and running with the left, I'm starting to warm up to them. Starting to warm up a little bit. Something about it. I hated this the first time I did it. This ain't so bad today. I don't know. Maybe it's because we haven't gone that far. But before today, I would have said, yeah, phone goes in the left, so that all the left has to do is relax and chill out. And the right can do all the work, because the right's the stronger one. I didn't expect that at all. That's quite nice. That's good. Hopefully more of that given time. We'll see. Remember, expectations low, morale is high. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. As well, we are patient on this podcast. We love the slow burn. We love the tantalizing water boiling to the top. We love brief periods of explosion. But at the same time, we love that long-term resonance. Drawing from the field like rice farmers. Making it happen. You know how hard it is to farm freaking rice? Oh my God. Shout out to Gaijin Media
Wait.
for debunking that one. Good Lord. I thought if you got a pond, put some shit in there, got a rake in there a little bit later, and you're good to go. Hell no. Anyway, I was dreaming. My mic keeps on getting away from me here. I hope that doesn't cause the podcast to suffer. Hasn't yet. Things have been pretty good for your boy. Anyway, I was like at the weird half point with people who I remember in different contexts in the world, in my world, my old world. Some of them, other ones not so much. One of these people, I was hugging them and I was disagreeing with some basic stuff. They wanted to go get some beer and we were in a foreign city and it was a big freaking city and I'm not a big freaking city guy. I didn't quite know where I was. I forgot where I left my car. You know, all kinds of things. And here this guy is, and there's stuff happening in the city. I was here to kind of maybe say hey to a bunch of people, which I did. But then when some of them wanted to go party, I didn't, which, yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. Damn, I hope the mic doesn't, like, go too low. It just keeps drooping to this position. All right. Let's do one more crank, and then we'll just let it do what it wants to do, right? I'm not here to fight anybody but myself and my own limiting beliefs and the forces inside me that say I can't do it and I'm not worth it. That's why I'm here. Anyway, I was saying, no, I'm good. He's like, no, come on, get a 12-pack. Let's roll. And I was like, I didn't say that in that way. I was super cordial with like, you know, I'm totally just gonna head out, but you guys are awesome, and I love you to death, and I know you're gonna have an amazing time. I know you are, and y'all have a good one. All right, peace out, big love. They gave me a statement, something like, they said a few things. Come on, it's gonna be so much fun. You never do this. You'll be hurting the party. You'll be hurting the party if you don't come. You'll be hurting the good fun if you don't come. And I'm like, okay, hurting the party? Me? From not being there? No. No, man. Just no. I don't buy that. And he's like, all right, well. And then we hugged. But that hug had a tinge and his tone had a tinge. And I could tell that he was, in the dream, he had already been drinking and he was already halfway to the place that he was going to get to that night. Where I didn't want to be. And that hug was like a half of a challenge. Like if I showed any weakness or was even a little bit more aggressive, if I didn't walk the line, then he was gonna push me. And if I acquiesced too hard, I'd be all over the same conversation again. Well, maybe, or oh, man, I know it's just gonna be a great time, and then we'd be circling each other. And what's the point of circling conversations with somebody who's already intoxicated? There's no goddamn point. There's no point in that. It just ramps people up. So I saw all that, and my weirdly characteristic cool came out. Actually, it didn't have to come or go anywhere. It was just there. And I knew that if I have to fight this motherfucker, if I have to fight essentially my kin, fine. Really, really easy to do. It has to be done. And just get the hell out of there. Or just book it. I don't have time for this. Whatever needs to happen is going to happen. I knew that. And he sensed that, I think. And that's when the hug broke. And he gave me one last look. One last one of those... You know that... Can you hear me when I do the... Kind of like the tisk-tisk. Daniel Day-Lewis did a really, really good tisk-tisk near the end of Gangs of New York. If you want a good tisk-tisk, damn. Go on YouTube and check that moment. You could check out a 5-second clip with that. He's doing the finger wag and everything. It's like, no, I'm actually too hostile right now to even curse at you. I'm just gonna do a primitive sound from the guts in your face while looking at you. And that's it. Wow, what a good scene. Daniel freaking Day-Lewis. That guy knows what's up. Making shoes and shit. Anywho, we parted amicably enough. And the rest of the dream was me trying to get back to my car. It's funny, I just flippantly cast my left arm out as a part of the gesticulation aspect of speech. Even though not a damn one of you sees me right now. Better to talk naturally as much as possible when you're doing a podcast about being your goddamn self. I like that. That's a good sign that we're connecting a little bit. Or at least that I'm confident in the essence of my material, or at least that this is like the right thing. If this were forced, or if I felt or sounded the way that I used to feel or sound when getting into group projects or presenting stuff in front of the class, like that all changed given time. Okay, I just rotated the camera, so I'm gonna do one of these. And I really, really hope that this camera stays not going upside down, because the YouTube studio doesn't allow me to rotate pictures. Haha! You may or may not have heard me in recent episodes talk about my policy on editing my material. I'm not saying I'm not willing to do it at all. Far from it. I'm just saying, right now we're at an early stage in the pod. There's so much left to be said and done. There's so many ways we can improve this. I'm going to be tweaking right up until the end. Tweaking, gear and techniques and things. No drugs on this podcast, probably. Although, imagine we're partway through and we're a year or two or however long from where we are now, and I'm out on the mission. I'm doing the quest properly. It's less the Rocky montage part, and it's more the big fight part. And in that part, you and I are on a mesa somewhere, and it's sunset. We got a fire going to keep the coyotes off. I'm checking manically for scorpions.
Wait.
Doing anything I can to get more of my body off the ground. I'm too cold or too hot. I'm too dry. I haven't eaten. I'm not gonna eat because it's another 2 marathons until the next town. Maybe. Those thoughts. And all I got out there is a little bit of gear and y'all. In this moment, I've seen it in my eye. In the eye of my eyes. In the eye behind the eye, you understand? I've seen it. Imagination? Sure. Vision? Perhaps. It's yet to be seen. You and I, out there, high elevation somewhere, making it happen. And I forget, I was so busy building that picture, I forgot what profound thing I was about to, what profound feeling thing I was about to say. Ain't that the pod though? Ain't that the Runcast? Have I even said the name of this episode yet? Welcome to Ride Along with Runman. This is episode 17? Nope, this is 18. 17 may or may not be aired. We'll see. I don't plan on airing every single one of these. I'm neither a perfectionist, nor am I that committed. The only reason why we're doing this today is because we decided to do this today. If it happens to be that we get to the end game, and actually move forward and do the thing, it'll be because every day leading up to that, we made a decision. It's the only way this works. It's the only way. Oxymoronically, it's the only way I can do it and feel free doing it. Ain't that funny? It's probably not. It's just the way that I see. How about that? The hell was I gonna say? Well, it'll come if it comes. The more you grasp, the more the pickle jar holds you away from the thing that you want. You must let go, my friends. And the pickles will come. The sweet pickles of justice. I don't like sweet pickles. The sour, spicy pickles with habanero eggs of justice and truth and love and beauty and wisdom and life, development, progression, spirit, oneness, paradox. Me and you. You and me. Out here. A couple of cards. What's funny is this is still the test series. I still haven't gotten clearance, proper clearance, from the proper parties that are involved in this podcast, whether they know it or not. I haven't done the preliminary, is this okay conversations with folks who were involved in this, and then showing them my material. I only really care about what a few people think, and that's only in the context of this space that we're in, believe it or not, is a sacred space. I set it up very deliberately. Again, it's going to sound constrictive. There's only one way that I do this podcast, and that is the way that feels right. So I'm very careful when I use words like one way and right way in my thinking and speech. That kind of thinking has really killed a lot of people in our world. Misused. Eric Weinstein said it pretty damn good. Shout out to The Portal. Shout out to him and his brother. Shout out to The Theory of Everything, which I have not read, but it's out there. Go, read it. Google it, find it. Listen to him talk about it, at least. It's important. It might be critically important. Anyway. He noticed about his community, he's Jewish, not by necessarily religious zeal, but by community. Community Jewish. Strong community. At least in his neck of the woods. He grew up with this practice, and he liked the practice of when you're having your wine with your dinner, you bless it. And the way that you bless it is you grab a little bit of water, like a drop of it, and you flick it off of your finger or pour the single drop, whatever, into the glass of wine. And what that does is it makes the wine just a one iota less pure than it was. And of course we all know that water is dominant in wine anyway. But the idea of it, can you imagine why the Jews might be careful about having wine that's too pure or anything that's too pure? Can you think of a reason? I can, and I think that's beautiful. I think we could all learn that lesson, and maybe the need for that prayer will be addressed properly. More properly. Nobody's perfect, but we're getting there. Pardon? They were gonna walk right through me, weren't they? I love personal space. I don't know if you guys know that. I showed y'all a crater for like 5 minutes on this run that was fenced in, but simply happened to display a vastness of land that you don't often get in the city, even smaller cities. sometimes. Particularly not when you're in a valley surrounded by mountains. You always feel held, but you also feel constricted. Especially if you've ever tried to go up a mountain. I have. Sometimes I make it and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I've done it alone, sometimes with people. And ain't that just it? Ain't that just it? The essence of things is right there. Let's talk. Let's talk turkey on the way back home, on the ride on out. Hashtag Kid Cudi, by the way. Oh, shout out to Kid Cudi, by the way. He did a song called, damn it. I believe it's the last song on the album, Man of the Moon. This is important because the monologue at the beginning of that song is quite nice. It's kind of like about beginnings and potential and things opening up and things becoming awake and alive for the day. From the perspective of like a DJ, or not a DJ, a radio personality, a radio host. He said something about, let's take it home on the ride on out in the morning. Hello. I fucking love that. Oh, I love that. And that's after he just did what I do, which is paint pictures. He painted a beautiful picture of this moment, seen by him and described by him at that time of morning, that day in Cleveland, Ohio. He was describing the temperature. He was talking about the grass being frosty. You could feel it. You could feel it. Anyway, that's what we're doing here. We're painting pictures, right? And on all those trips, up and down mountains, in the woods, I was never the most prepared person. I was typically the person who knew the least or among the least about where I was, what to do if things went wrong, whatever. But the one thing I did have, most of the time, I want to say 95% of the time, was out of all the people in all those groups, from family, from friends, on those trips, camping, checking out parks, going for day hikes, girlfriends, whatever, pool parties even. Less so. Just because it's less relevant in pool parties, I think. I was always the most fit person there. I was always the guy who, if one of us needed to pack out hella quick, the guy that was going to make it was me. Which put me in a position. I don't like that because I'm not that fit. I didn't like it, and I was acutely aware. All these people who were better at me in so many ways and who I loved so much, they were so much less healthy than me. And I wasn't that healthy, particularly not at these times I'm talking about. This is the fittest year of my life by far. And all I've done is run most days, half an hour or more, and lift weights like 5 days a week or less for 20 to 45 minutes or that kind of thing. That's all. Okay, and a little bit of Tai Chi and yoga too. Am I leaving anything out? Okay, breath work. Breath work, I can tell, has made me far cooler inside and out. I'm talking systemic fitness, which means that my mind counts, and what's in my heart counts, what's in my intentions counts. Who I am when I show up to talk to people counts. From that perspective, actually, yes, I would say that I'm by far more fit than I ever have been, but I'm still not fit. I wouldn't characterize myself by words that Aubrey Marcus used when he made a group of people. I don't know what they do, I don't know who they are, but they are all quote-unquote fit for service, whatever that means. It's like a community of folks who are trying to get their shit together. That's what I think it is. So that they can, through overflow of abundance, through their own powers and their own lives being so radiant and beautiful and functional, that just by just by that, to say nothing of the actual things they do, but then synergized and catalyzed by their career paths and associations with other people and taking on and mentorships and all that stuff, making things better and helping other people get their shit together who were trying to answer that call. They heard the call, they're trying to respond to it. People like me. I'm doing things my way, but I love them for doing it their way. But like I was saying, I don't like being the most fit person around. I don't like being the strongest. I also don't like not being the strongest, but they're just different. They're just different thoughts. They're just different ways of being. At least I can ranger roll. Most things. Give me some time. I'm like a fine wine. I need the time and the care. I'm like Pinot, like in that movie Sideways. I'm like the main character of that movie, only stupider. No, I'm not. I'm not going to compare myself to people or fictional characters right now. That's not the point of what we do. Anyway, we're almost back. I believe I will publish this one. This felt pretty good. But again, before this thing goes online, officially, I do have content out, but no one's seen it. No one knows about it, essentially. And nothing's happened in it. That's right, I'm holding you that way so you can see the walk that I'm running on a little bit. There's the road in front of me. Back to the side of the road. Anyway. Shit, what was I saying? Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. I'm pretty content right now. Yeah. Barky dogs. Whew, I'm sweating. Alright. Hey, let's check the time. 1 hour. Gotta get that cord right. Don't want to snap the headset off. Whew. I'm gonna watch this playback and be like, oh shit, I know what I was gonna say. And then I'm not gonna make a video and actually say the thing. Maybe I'll put it in the description once I start doing that. Anyway, see y'all later. This has been great. Whew. It's been really damn cool to have been given the chance to do this. And wherever I take it, whatever I do with it, there's no wrong answers. Whew. Yeah. All right. Take our customary seat on the throne. You can look at the grasses. Oh, those ones are in the wind, aren't they? Whew. Searching myself for any closing thoughts. Yeah, I've got thoughts, but nothing I particularly care to say. Nothing important, just things. Yeah, let's take 3. How about that? Good. Good. That's all you need. That's all you need, man. Okay. All right. Goodbye to you. Oh my God. To the sweat just just invading my eyeball. Ah, yeah. Okay. until, until next time. Shabaddle-a-doo. Bizdababadaboo. Snibabadibabadibaboo. Skiddle-skit-sketskoo. Have a good one.